With that, hours after exclusively speaking to India today, Russian President Vladimir Putin is now set to arrive in India as well for a two-day visit. India is hosting the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit, remember, and the visit's focus is on strengthening strategic partnership between the two nations. This will be Putin's first visit to India since Russia launched its war on Ukraine in February 2022. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be hosting him for a private dinner this evening at his official residence. The state visit begins the next morning with a ceremonial welcome at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, followed by a tri-service guard of honor. Putin will be paying respects at Rajghat before holding formal talks with Prime Minister Modi at the Hyderabad House. Now, major announcements and MOU signings are expected after this very summit. India's oil imports from Russia in the wake of US sanctions will be at the top of the agenda. Defense cooperation will also be featuring prominently during these very talks. India will look negotiating a new payment framework for trade, including the additional S-400 Triumph air defense systems, as well as talks on purchase of the Su-57 stealth fighter jets. As per sources, India and Russia are expected to sign agreements covering trade, health, agriculture, media, and cultural exchanges during Putin's visit. So yes, this is what seems to be on the agenda so far from all the details that we have gathered. And with that, Shivani Sharma joining me on the broadcast for more details on these. Shivani, a very good morning to you. From what we are given to understand so far, it's going to be a crucial meet definitely to strengthen the strategic partnership between the two nations that's been underway for almost 15 long years since 2010. But if we look at the agenda, defense seems to be quite at the top with economy as well.
Shreya, see, when it comes to President Putin coming to India, the whole world is looking at this because, the ties between India and Russia are quite strong, not only militarily but diplomatically, and the kind of bond that Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares with President Putin. We've seen them in one car in Tianjin SCO summit. So today when President Putin will be in India, he will be given a grand ceremonial welcome. He'll be hosted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and certainly there are a number of issues on the agenda, not only the economic ties, the people-to-people connect that needs to be strengthened even more, and the defense ties are also the key focus. And for that matter, we've seen the BrahMos, the S-400s, they created havoc in Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. So India wants to replenish more missile systems. Definitely, that will be there on the agenda. For the new systems, also the talks will be held. And Russia wants to push in its Su-57 aircraft. For that, also there can be talks. But certainly, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President will be together, it will be much more and a very strong messaging to the world.
And we have seen the bonhomie between the two leaders already, even in the recent summits that they have met at. And thank you, Shivani, for filling us with all those details on the very important meeting that we all have our eyes set on. And with that, viewers, we'll keep a track of how things develop as the day progresses, with Vladimir Putin, in fact, reaching India later in the day, in fact, in the evening.